guys, so Kevin here, and I'm just leaving the 7-Eleven. Okay, well, I went into 7-Eleven and I bought a drink. I bought a kind of like a grapefruit cooler drink, the service is incredible. And I walked in, and everyone, they greet you when you walk into a convenience store in Japan often, and that one's like, the guys are especially energetic and happy. Everyone's working so hard. All the staff are working so hard. And what I found often with a lot of convenience stores, at least that I've been to, is the staff seem to actually, they take great pride in their job, in their jobs. There were two guys working. One guy working the cash register, another guy who was, put my drink in a bag and handed me the bag. Waited till I put the change back in my pocket and stuff, and then politely gave it to me and then bowed and stuff. And that kind of service is freaking incredible. And one thing I've noticed over the years that I've been here in Japan is that, a job like working at a convenience store often, in Canada or America, you would think it's like the lowest of the low. Crap, what a shitty job. I don't want to do this. And that comes across often in the attitude of people in the service industry, I find, like in Canada. I'll speak for Canada. I'm a Canadian. Just one Canadian. But, I'm used to, I gotta admit, I'm from the East Coast of Canada. And, it just kind of seems like people in the East Coast of Canada, where I'm from, if they don't have a job, they're always bitching and complaining that they don't have a job, obviously. But then when they do have a job, they're always bitching and complaining that they have to work. And a lot of people just, you go to a supermarket or you go to a store like Walmart, and people they're very slow with the way they do things, and they're not very efficient, and they just don't seem happy with what they're doing often. And then here, often in jobs, equivalent of jobs, you see people are working so hard, they're busting their hump, and they're energetic, and they're smiling, and they're moving fast, and they're being efficient. There's a lot of things, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of things about Japan that are not efficient. Most of them have to do with business, bureaucracy. And Japan could have learned a lot from the way Western bureaucracies are run and the way that Western businesses are run. They could learn a lot. But when it comes to certain things like, boots on the ground, kind of retail, service industry type things, it's the opposite, it's sort of the cultural thing, right? Like if you're back home in Canada, service staff often have attitudes, which aren't good. Whereas in here, they have to suck it up and hide that shit and just do their job, and put on a fake smile. But it's very interesting. So when you come to Japan, if you've been to Japan before, when you go to a convenience store, not all of them, but most of them, you'll be pretty impressed with the service you get. Pretty impressed. And it's hard to go back. So when I go back to Canada, it's like a reverse culture shock. I'm just like, oh my god, it's not a good thing. Alright guys, Kevin here in Japan. Some thoughts, some rants, some randomness. Okay, see you later.